Hey survivors, Kiara here from Playable Memory. The apocalypse has never looked so good. While the real world keeps spinning, developers are crafting some absolutely stunning visions of humanity's final chapters. And 2026 to 2027 is shaping up to be the golden age of post-apocalyptic gaming. From frozen wastelands to overgrown cities, from cooperative survival to solo journeys through the ruins of civilization, we're about to explore 14 incredible games that will test every survival instinct you've got. These aren't just games, they're immersive experiences that'll make you question what you do when the world ends. We've got everything from the highly anticipated State of Decay 3 to hidden gems like God Save Birmingham, mysterious atmospheric thrillers, and cooperative survival experiences that'll change how you think about teamwork. Each one is pushing the boundaries of what post-apocalyptic gaming can be. So grab your survival kit, stock up on supplies, and let's dive into the most exciting post-apocalyptic games launching over the next 2 years. Trust me, by the end of this video, your wish list is going to be absolutely packed. Let's see which of these worlds you'll be brave enough to enter first. The Twilight project is setting a new standard for atmospheric post-apocalyptic gaming in 2026. Built on Unreal Engine 5, this PS5, Xbox, and PC title isn't just about surviving. It's about understanding what drove humanity to its breaking point. The game throws you into a world where civilization didn't collapse overnight, but slowly faded like Twilight itself. What makes this special is how the developers are using environmental storytelling. Every abandoned building, every piece of graffiti, every scattered photograph tells part of humanity's final story. The visual fidelity is absolutely stunning. We're talking ray-traced reflections on broken windows, volumetric lighting cutting through radioactive dust, and weather systems that actually affect gameplay. When it rains, visibility drops and certain areas become inaccessible, forcing you to adapt your survival strategy. The Twilight project promises to be more than just another survival game. It's a meditation on humanity's twilight hours, wrapped in some of the most beautiful devastation you've ever seen. Retrieval is all about the things we leave behind when the world ends. This 2026 PS5 and PC exclusive built on Unreal Engine 5 centers around a simple but compelling premise. You're a scavenger in a world where every piece of technology, every memory, every fragment of the old world has incredible value. What sets Retrieval apart is its unique approach to post-apocalyptic survival. Instead of just finding food and weapons, you're literally retrieving pieces of human history. The environmental design is incredible. These aren't just generic ruins, they're believable spaces where real people lived, worked, and loved. The attention to detail in recreating authentic abandoned environments is honestly breathtaking. Retrieval asks a fascinating question. When civilization falls, what's actually worth saving? And more importantly, who gets to decide?
There is no end. We all want the truth.
PlayStation.
Never Be Alone is reimagining what cooperative survival can be in a post-apocalyptic world. Launching Q4 2026 exclusively for PC on Unreal Engine 5, this isn't just another multiplayer survival game. It's a deep exploration of human connection when everything else has fallen apart. The core concept is brilliant. The game is technically playable solo, but it's designed to be exponentially better with others. Not in the typical more players equals more firepower way, but through genuine interdependence. One player might be great at scavenging but terrible at combat, while another excels at base building but struggles with resource management. The Unreal Engine 5 implementation focuses on creating intimate, believable spaces where these human moments can unfold naturally. Never Be Alone proves that in the apocalypse, our humanity might be our greatest survival tool. MINSK is shrouded in mystery. And honestly, that's exactly how post-apocalyptic games should be. This PC exclusive built on Unreal Engine 5 takes us to Eastern Europe for what appears to be one of the most atmospheric survival experiences we've seen. The art direction is phenomenal. There's something uniquely haunting about Eastern European post-apocalyptic settings. The contrast between grand architectural ambitions and current decay creates this incredibly powerful visual narrative. This feels like a game that wants you to wander, to wonder, and to slowly uncover secrets at your own pace. MINSK might not have a release date yet, but it's already captured imaginations with its mysterious atmosphere and stunning visual design. Shiver promises to make survival feel genuinely uncomfortable in the best possible way. This PC-exclusive Unreal Engine 5 title takes post-apocalyptic gaming into frozen territory, where the cold isn't just an environmental effect, it's your primary antagonist. The concept is elegantly simple but brutally effective. In a world locked in perpetual winter, every decision revolves around temperature management. What's brilliant about Shiver's approach is how the cold affects everything. Weapons jam in extreme temperatures, electronics fail, and even your character's movement becomes sluggish and imprecise as hypothermia sets in. The psychological elements look fascinating too. Isolation in frozen wastelands creates unique mental challenges. The game appears to explore how extreme cold and solitude affect decision-making, perception, and sanity. Shiver looks set to prove that sometimes the most dangerous enemy isn't monsters or raiders, it's the environment itself.
To sleep off to death. Freezing was not so bad as people thought. There were worse ways to die. And I was right. There are worse ways to die.
As One We Survive is taking a refreshingly optimistic approach to post-apocalyptic gaming. Built on Unity 6 and launching Q2 2026 for PC, this game focuses on what happens when survivors choose cooperation over competition. The core philosophy is right there in the title. Individual survival is just the beginning. The real challenge is building sustainable communities that can thrive, not just endure. Players work together to establish settlements, develop agriculture, restore technology, and slowly rebuild civilization from the ground up. The Unity 6 engine allows for impressive settlement building with real consequences. Poor planning leads to failed crops, inadequate defenses, or unsustainable resource consumption. But successful communities become thriving hubs that attract new players and unlock advanced technologies. As One We Survive proves that even in the apocalypse, our greatest strength might be our ability to work together. God Save Birmingham brings post-apocalyptic survival to the UK with distinctly British flavor. Launching in early access 2026 for PC on Unreal Engine 5, this game explores what happens when the stiff upper lip meets the end of the world. What immediately stands out is the setting. Post-apocalyptic games rarely venture beyond American or generic international locations, but Birmingham offers unique environmental and cultural storytelling opportunities. We're talking about survival in distinctly British contexts: abandoned council estates, derelict shopping centers, industrial wastelands that feel authentically regional. The survival mechanics appear grounded and realistic. This isn't about fighting mutant creatures. It's about resource scarcity, social dynamics, and the practical challenges of maintaining civilization when infrastructure fails. God Save Birmingham might be the most culturally specific post-apocalyptic game we've seen, and that specificity could be exactly what makes it special. Nakwon. Last Paradise is redefining what post-apocalyptic environments can look like. This PC-exclusive Unreal Engine 5 title offers new playtesting opportunities in 2026, and from what we've seen, it's taking survival gaming in a completely different direction. Instead of barren wastelands or frozen ruins, Nakwon presents a world where nature has reclaimed civilization so completely that it's created a new kind of paradise. But paradise, as always, comes with hidden dangers. Lush vegetation might conceal deadly predators, beautiful fruit might be poisonous, and pristine water sources might be contaminated. Nakwon Last Paradise proves that the end of the world doesn't have to look ugly. Sometimes it can be breathtakingly beautiful and twice as dangerous.
이번에 몇 개나 건지려나. 저거 봐봐. 네, 하나 건졌네. 됐다. 가자.
Agni Village of Calamity brings unique cultural perspectives to post-apocalyptic gaming. This 2026 PC release, built on Unreal Engine 5, explores what happens when traditional communities face modern catastrophe, and the results look absolutely fascinating. The name itself suggests South Asian cultural influences, which would be a refreshing change in a genre dominated by Western perspectives. Different cultures have different approaches to community, survival, spirituality, and resilience, and those differences could create entirely new gameplay experiences. The cultural authenticity could extend to spiritual elements, traditional medicine, agricultural practices, and social structures that create unique gameplay mechanics unavailable in Western-focused survival games. Agni Village of Calamity might offer the most culturally rich post-apocalyptic experience we've ever seen, proving that survival wisdom exists in many forms.
Dan menginjakkan kaki di tempat itu, semua pintu deskupan akan tertutup buatmu. Jangan buat keputusan yang akan kamu sesali.
Lila butuh saya.
Agni, Kak, ini Lila, Kak. Lila mau pulang.
Langkahmu menjejak di atas jalan yang tak pantas untuk manusia. Bangunlah, Nak. Dunia ini belum selesai denganmu.
State of Decay 3 is the sequel we've all been waiting for. Launching in 2026 for PC and Xbox Game Pass on Unreal Engine 5, this is Undead Labs taking everything they've learned from the franchise and cranking it up to 11. The State of Decay series has always been about community survival in zombie-infested worlds, but State of Decay 3 looks like it's adding layers of complexity and polish that the franchise has always deserved. We're talking about more sophisticated base building, deeper character relationships, and zombie behavior that adapts to your playstyle. State of Decay 3 isn't reinventing the wheel, it's perfecting it, and sometimes that's exactly what a franchise needs.
We found hope in each other.
Help! I'm surrounded. They're everywhere. There's way more than I was expecting.
And even if we bought the other survivors just one more day, the sacrifice would be worth it. It would always be worth it. And that helped us find the courage to keep going, to fight on. When we needed it the most. I didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive. Every sacrifice we make matters and will never be forgotten. live on.
Nobody's Left explores the psychological weight of true isolation. Coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC on Unreal Engine 5, this game asks a haunting question. What happens to your sanity when you might actually be the last person alive? The title says everything about the core concept. This isn't about fighting off zombie hordes or competing with other survivors. It's about the crushing loneliness of being potentially the only conscious being left in existence. The psychological horror elements look intense, focusing on how isolation affects perception, decision-making, and mental health. Nobody's Left might be the most emotionally challenging post-apocalyptic game ever created, exploring themes of isolation and hope in equal measure.
I lost touch with humanity and became the only god of this wreck. Grandpa, I can see why you were so cruel to me. Because this world has no mercy. All of this forest is watered by blood drops, so I'm trying to give it more of that.
Permafrost combines scientific mystery with survival horror in frozen wastelands. This 2026 PC release on Unreal Engine 5 appears to be set in Arctic research facilities, where something has gone very, very wrong. The concept looks fascinating. What happens when climate research stations become ground zero for catastrophe? The permafrost isn't just frozen ground. It's a potential repository for ancient pathogens, preserved specimens, or worse, things that should have stayed buried. The frozen environment adds layers of complexity. Extreme cold affects everything from equipment function to human performance, while the isolation of Arctic locations means no help is coming. Every decision has weight because mistakes aren't just dangerous, they're potentially fatal. The mystery elements suggest a slow burn revelation of what went wrong and why these facilities were abandoned. Permafrost looks set to prove that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we awaken through our own scientific curiosity. Rooted explores what happens when nature doesn't just reclaim the world, it transforms it entirely. This PC-exclusive Unreal Engine 5 title takes post-apocalyptic gaming into genuinely organic territory, where plants, trees, and natural systems become central to survival. The core concept appears to be about adaptation rather than resistance. Instead of fighting against nature's reclamation of civilization, players must learn to work with transformed ecosystems. Buildings might be held together by root systems, transportation might require understanding plant-based pathways, and survival might depend on symbiotic relationships with the new natural order. Rooted might offer the most unique post-apocalyptic experience yet, proving that sometimes evolution is more interesting than extinction.
It's crucial to have your ID card with you at all times in case of control. autonomous civilian security robots. They are here to protect you.
Life After End focuses on the human stories that emerge from catastrophe. This 2026 PC release on Unreal Engine 5 promises to explore the emotional and psychological aspects of post-apocalyptic survival with unprecedented depth. The title suggests this isn't just about surviving the apocalypse. It's about what comes after, about rebuilding not just civilization but humanity itself. The focus appears to be on relationships, community building, and the slow process of healing both individually and collectively. The Unreal Engine 5 implementation appears focused on creating intimate, believable spaces where these human moments can unfold naturally. Detailed facial animations, subtle environmental storytelling, and authentic emotional responses. Life After End might prove that the most important survival resource isn't food or weapons, it's our capacity for connection, compassion, and hope.
Playable Memory.